when your eyes first found mine. You were so young and I was learning to love a different kind of life. Neither of us knew what those days would become, or how a simple beginning could feel like the beginning of everything. You became the person I called when the world was too loud, the quiet in my chaos, the face I searched for in a crowd. And somewhere between all those ordinary years, you became the love I would carry long after you disappeared. We don't talk like we used to, but that doesn't erase what was true. Some people leave your life without ever leaving your heart. You were my once in a lifetime, the kind of love you don't get twice. My first great love, my deepest goodbye, the one I still remember when I close my eyes. You are my once in a lifetime, and I won't turn our memories into lies. You are my beginning, you are my end, and somewhere in between you became my best friend. There were years I thought we'd never lose, years when loving you felt like the easiest thing to choose. We grew through seasons nobody else could see, and you knew so many different versions of me. Now the silence has a voice of its own, and sometimes I wonder if you think of me alone. I don't need an answer to know what we were. Some loves don't need a second ending, they just become part of who you are. I don't call you my enemy, I never could, not after everything. There is too much love in our history to pretend you meant nothing to me. You were my once in a lifetime, the kind of love you don't get twice. My first great love, my deepest goodbye, the one I still remember when I close my eyes. You were my once in a lifetime, and I won't turn our memories into lies. You are my beginning, you are my end, and somewhere in between you became my best friend. Maybe we were never meant to last forever, maybe forever was simply what we had. And if I never find a love like ours again, I will still be grateful for the life we had, because you were not just somebody I loved, you were the chapter that changed my heart. And even if we never speak again, no silence can erase where you are. You were my once in a lifetime, the love I never learned to replace. used to think silence meant nothing. Now I know sometimes silence is the loudest thing someone can leave behind. There are nights when I still reach for my phone, not because I expect you to call, but because some part of me still remembers when hearing your voice could fix it all. We had a language made of little things, a look, a laugh, a hand held in the dark. Now all those words live somewhere between the silence and my heart. And I don't know if you remember the woman I used to be, but I remember who I was whenever you were looking at me. The silence has your name, it follows me through every room. I can turn on every light, but I still feel the shape of you. The silence has your name, and I don't know how to make it fade. Some people leave with a goodbye, you left me with 1,000 things unsaid. I don't blame you for the distance, I don't blame myself for caring. Somewhere along the way we became two hearts that stopped knowing where to start. But I still remember all the years, the ordinary days that meant the most. Sometimes the smallest memories are the ones that hurt the most. I don't need you to come running, I don't need another promise tonight. I just wish the silence didn't feel like the ending of my whole life. The silence has your name, it follows me through every room. I can turn on every light, but I still feel the shape of you. The silence has your name, and I don't know how to make it fade. Some people leave with a goodbye, you left me with 1,000 things unsaid. Maybe one day I'll hear your voice and it won't shake me anymore. Maybe I'll remember what we had without wishing for something more. Until that day, I'll let the silence stay. I won't chase, won't return, because loving what we were doesn't mean I have to stop moving on. The silence has your name, but maybe someday it won't. Maybe I'll hear my own heart louder than the memory of you. The silence has your name, but it doesn't own me anymore. Some love stay inside us even after they walk out the door. And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. I wake up in the middle of the night, and my hand reaches for the phone. I don't even know what I'm waiting for. Maybe just your name. The screen is dark, no message, no call, but my heart still reacts before my mind can stop it all. tell myself I'm not waiting. I tell myself I've let you go, but there's still a part of me that hopes you'll suddenly show. I keep checking my phone, like you might suddenly appear. I keep checking my phone, like one message could change everything again. I know you're living your life, and maybe you don't think of me anymore, but my heart is still looking for a sign that this wasn't how it had to end. Sometimes I see a notification and my heart races for a second. Then I find out it isn't you, and the silence takes over again. It's strange to miss somebody who's so far away from me. Like some stories come to an ending, but part of them keeps living inside me. I don't wanna chase you, I don't wanna beg for your attention. I just wish my heart could learn how to accept this loneliness. I keep checking my phone, like you might suddenly appear. I keep checking my phone, like one message could change everything again. I know you're living your life, and maybe you don't think of me anymore, but my heart is still looking for a sign that this wasn't how it had to end. Maybe tomorrow I'll stop checking. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally understand. Some answers never come because silence is already an answer. And maybe I need to learn not to confuse waiting with love, because waiting for someone to come back doesn't make somebody stay. I keep checking my phone, but I don't even know what for. Maybe I'm looking for you, maybe I'm looking for who I was with you. I keep checking my phone until the night finally fades, and when no message comes, maybe I'll finally let myself rest. The screen is still empty, and for the first time I let it stay that way. Some memories don't ask permission, they just come back. I found an old photograph tonight, and suddenly the years came back to life. There you were, smiling at me, like we had all the time we'd ever need. I could almost hear the way you laughed, feel the warmth of everything we had. Funny how a picture never knows how much a heart can lose when someone goes. change the ending, I don't wanna rewrite the past. I just wish I could hold one moment and make one beautiful memory last. You're the love I still remember, the one that time could never erase. You're the love I still remember, still a little fire in a familiar place. I don't need you here beside me to know what you once meant. Some loves become a memory, but never become irrelevant. I remember all the ordinary days, the little things that time can't take away. A quiet morning, a familiar song, the feeling that somehow I belong. We didn't know those days were golden, we were too busy living them. Now I see how precious they were, and I'd live them all again. Not because I want to go backwards, not because I can't move on, but because some chapters of your life are beautiful even when they're gone. You're the love I still remember, the one that time could never erase. You're the love I still remember, still a little fire in a familiar place. I don't need you here beside me to know what you once meant. Some loves become a memory, but never become irrelevant. Maybe you don't think about me, maybe you don't remember it the same, but I won't let the distance turn something beautiful into shame. We were young, we were learning, we were trying to find our way, and whatever came after can't take those years away. You're the love I still remember, the one I carried quietly. You're the love I still remember, a part of who I used to be. And if our roads never cross again, I won't pretend it wasn't real. Some loves don't need to return to remain the ones you feel. Some memories don't disappear, they just learn to live quietly. There was a little place called Once Upon a Time, where we kept our memories like they would never fade. Two younger hearts inside those pictures, believing every tomorrow would look just like today. Almost 8 years passed between our first hello and final goodbye, and somehow every year still feels like a piece of you. You were beside me through so many versions of my life, through all the laughter, tears, and nights we couldn't stay apart. used to tell you something whenever we talked about our lives. I was your first great love, and you would be my last. I said it like a promise, I said it like I knew. I never thought the hardest part would be learning life without you. I was your first love, and you were my last. Almost 8 years of memory still moving through my past. If love could keep a photograph from ever turning old, I'd still be standing there with you before we lost what we once held close. I was your first love, and maybe that's why it hurts, because some loves leave your life but never leave your heart. I remember all the little things, the stupid jokes and the songs we'd sing, the nights we couldn't stay apart, the way you knew the corners of my heart. We said goodbye and came back again, like every ending was never really the end. 4 times we tried to walk away, 4 times something pulled us back again. Maybe we were too young to understand that love can be real and still not last. Maybe some stories aren't meant to stay, but that doesn't make them any less beautiful. I was your first love, and you were my last. Almost 8 years of memory still moving through my past. If love could keep a photograph from ever turning old, I'd still be standing there with you before we lost what we once held close. I was your first love, and maybe that's why it hurts, because some loves leave your life but never leave your heart. I don't know if you remember the things I used to say. I was the first love of your heart, and you'd be my last someday. Maybe life had other plans, maybe we were never meant to stay, but I meant every word I said back then, and I still mean it in a different way. I was your first love, and you were my last. Almost 8 years of memories, no future can erase the past. And if someone asked me someday who changed my heart that way, I'll smile and say your name and remember what we were. I was your first love, the one who knew your heart before the rest. Not because I'm waiting for you, but because no one can take your place. Almost 8 years in a photograph, almost 8 years I will never take back. I was your first, you were my last, and for a while we were everything. If I could borrow one more evening, exactly where I'd go. Back to that old tree by the bus stop, where we had nowhere else to go. You'd be standing there beside me, waiting for your ride back home. And I'd pretend I didn't notice how much I hated being alone. You looked down at me that night with the moonlight on my face and said I look beautiful, like the night had saved that place. If we had one more day, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I wouldn't try to change the ending or take our years away. I'd just sit there beside you and let the hours pass. If we had one more day, I'd make that moment last. I'd watch you fixing things around the house, like you always seemed to know what to do. Hanging up the guitars on the wall, making broken little things feel new. I used to call you my rented boyfriend, and you'd laugh and play along. Funny how the smallest jokes are the memories that stay this long. I never knew an ordinary night could become a sacred thing until I started missing all the little ways you made my world feel less heavy. If we had one more day, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I wouldn't try to change the ending or take our years away. I'd just sit there beside you and let the hours pass. If we had one more day, I'd make that moment last. I wouldn't need a perfect ending, I wouldn't need another start. I just want one quiet evening to remember us the way we were. Before goodbye became a habit, before distance took your hand, before two people who knew each other stopped knowing where they stand. Maybe we'd laugh about the old days, maybe we'd say how time flew by. Maybe I'd look up at the moon again and see that same light in your eyes. And for one little moment, before the night began to fade, I'd hear you say those words again, and I'd let them stay. If we had one more day, I'd give it nothing but time. No questions left between us, no reasons to rewind. I just hold that memory like a secret I could keep. If we had one more day, I'd thank you before you leave. You looked down at me beneath the moon, and for a moment I was enough. Maybe that's the one more day I'll keep forever. There was something in the way you rang my bell that night, something in your eyes that didn't feel right. I opened up the door and there you stood. You kissed me like you always would. I looked at you and somehow knew, before a single word came through. I asked you what you were doing there, and you just looked at me like you still cared. I wish I could say I didn't know. I wish I could say I was surprised, but somewhere underneath the fear, I had already seen goodbye. Maybe love wasn't what we lacked. Maybe we just didn't know how to save it. We held on until our hands went numb, then watched the last piece of us break. I loved you, I love you, I will love you, but love can't always make two people stay. Sometimes two hearts can mean everything and still not find another way. 10 days before we were celebrating 7 years and 9 months of loving, you called me your beautiful girl, and I believed we still had our whole world. My birthday had just passed with you, another little piece of life we thought we'd live through. I never imagined that the night you came would be the night everything would change. How can a love feel so alive and still be standing at its end? How can you hold somebody close and already be losing them? Maybe love wasn't what we lacked. Maybe we just didn't know how to save it. We held on until our hands went numb, then watched the last piece of us break. I loved you, I love you, I will love you, but love can't always make two people stay. Sometimes two hearts can mean everything and still not find another way. I knew when I looked into your eyes, I didn't need you to say it. I just wish I had been wrong. There were 4 times we said goodbye, 3 times we found our way back home. Maybe every time we came back, we thought we'd finally learned how to hold on. But this time there was no turning back, no road that led us to the start. Just almost 8 years behind us, and two people carrying the same scar. Maybe love wasn't what we lacked. Maybe we simply couldn't save it. Maybe some things can be beautiful and still become the things we lose. I love you, I love you, I will love you. That was never the as long as I live. What we had was real. What we lost was real. And maybe that's the hardest truth. Some things are worth loving, even when you can't save them. After you, the house got quiet, but every room still knew your name. The walls kept all the little moments, even when I tried to change. There were things you left behind that I never had the heart to move. Not because I thought you'd come back, but because they still belong to you. I spent so long being somebody's that I almost forgot my own. And now I'm learning how to hear myself. In a life I have to call my own. Who am I after you, when the story isn't ours anymore? Who am I after loving you for almost 8 years before the door? I don't know the answer yet, but I'm finally asking something new. Not who will choose me next, but who am I after you? You knew the woman I was becoming, and the girl I used to be. You saw my laughter in the daylight, and the parts I never let people see. Maybe that's why losing you felt like losing pieces of myself. But slowly I'm discovering some pieces were mine before you came. I can miss you without chasing, I can love you without holding on. I can carry what was beautiful and still keep moving when you're gone. Who am I after you, when the story isn't ours anymore? Who am I after loving you for almost 8 years before the door? I don't know the answer yet, but I'm finally asking something new. Not who will choose me next, but who am I after you? You were my first love in the deepest way, the first one who reached my soul. And if you are my last love, that doesn't mean my life is over. It only means some loves leave a mark no one can erase, and some goodbyes become a part of who we are. Who am I after you? Maybe I'm still becoming her. Maybe I'm learning that being loved was never proof of what I'm worth. I can keep the moonlight, the bus stop in the years, the boy who looked down at me and made me feel beautiful there. Who am I after you? I'm not ready to know it all, but for the first time in a long time, I'm learning how to belong to myself. After there is still me. And maybe that's where my next story begins.